This is my rehearsal journal for week 3. So, the main plan for the week was to carry on with the worded storyboard. So, just to get the story set down for what we're going to be doing in the next few weeks, and because I didn't want to start on a script, so I didn't want to start with scene 1 and make the script from that, and then scene 2 make the script from that. I wanted to get the whole story so we know exactly what's going to happen, and so it's all fully planned out before we start, because I don't want to make any plot holes or anything like that, if that makes any sense. So I just wanted to have a story and an end and everything else in the middle. So what we did with that was, as I just said, we made the start point and we made the end point, and we worked our way through. So we added all the different bits in, all the different scenes, said if we need any filler scenes or anything like that. That's what we were starting to do this week. Targets are to the right. They should be just there. You'll see them. So when it comes to decisions, the creative decisions and all that, a lot of them were mine, because I basically just had this vision for the piece and I knew exactly what I was doing. I obviously asked everyone about their ideas and what they wanted and all those sorts of things, and they gave me loads of ideas, and it helped to make everything better and more, well, better. The first shot of the ideas which I came up with were the camera angle shots. So I came up with some of the camera angle shots straight away for some reason. And one of them was, obviously the people aren't in the same house because it's COVID, so they're not in the same house. So I wanted to make it seem like they were when they were actually weren't. So I had just say this is someone's room here, and this is someone's corridor. So this room here is in one of my actors' house, but this corridor is in the other actor's house. So it's a completely different place, but to make it seem like they are right there, so a person walking down the corridor and then knocking on the door here into this room. One way how I thought of that would be for the person to come down with the camera walking behind them, and then the camera basically going into the door. And so just say this is the door, this is the camera, it will go like that. So it will basically hit the door, stop recording, and then the camera will start recording again in the other actor's house at the door on this side, and then it will come out like that. So it looked like the camera has gone through the door. And this is one of the first things I came up with, and I'm hoping to put it into the piece. Hopefully it should work. It shouldn't be too hard. It just have to get the movements right with it going into the door and coming out. I just think those sorts of things will help make it seem like they're in the same building. That's one of the things I want to make sure I focus on in this piece, to make them seem like they are together and not in different places. Feedback from the actors was to help them with their character profiles, because I let them do it, but they needed help with knowing who their characters were, what I wanted for their characters and stuff like that. The plan was for them to do what they thought for their characters, and then I would go over it and just make some of the changes which I thought of. They wanted a little bit of help, so I just helped them out and worked with them, and they didn't have to do any of the bit afterwards, so it all worked out pretty well. Obviously, the main problem is COVID and having to talk over Zoom or Teams, whatever, with connection issues, and also trying to find an editing software. So with the connection issues, there's multiple times when people lag out, they don't hear what I say, or they disconnect. And it takes 5-10 minutes for them to connect back. It just slows down the process. If we're all in college, then it would literally be what we could do in 3 weeks would be done in a week. It would just be so much easier, and it would be so much better. And that's also the same with filming and everything, and how we won't be together. It just won't be very good. And trying to find a good editing software. So I need to find a good editing software. I can't get a free one on my laptop because my laptop needs a password, which I don't know what the password is, to download anything. So I need to sort that out. So I'm going to try and get something on my phone, which is, I don't know if I'll see if it's free. If it's good enough free, then I'll use it free. But if it's not good enough free, then I'll pay for a month or something. If it's a free month or a free week, I'll just pay for a month just so I can edit, and then I'll get rid of it after. So we came up with how the performance is going to start, and we're planning next week to roughly film, just film it and just see how it starts. So we're trying to, so we've got like the start bit, like the start scene. We know exactly what's going to happen, and we're gonna like film a little bit. It's not gonna be like the finished film, so it's gonna be like a crap version of it, but just to like see what it would look like and put in like an image into our mind of what it would be. So yeah, that is the end of the rehearsal journal. That's all that happened this week. Oh, the research. The research that I've done is looking to editing software. So I've just went around and looked at multiple things on laptops. I've been trying to figure out how to get the password working, and I've been looking at some of the editing softwares on my phone. So yeah, that's the end of this rehearsal journal for week 3.